SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio.
What you say, who the hottest on the airwaves? SaySo Radio, shutting down the hearsay. Who provided the hottest topics on the streets? Got the market talking about it from the DM to the V. Pass the matrix round the table like a hot potato. Step to the mic and don't let it go until you say so. You give the credit where it's due. WLVS, ha, nothing but the truth.
SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio, I say, with Andre. SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio.
What you say, who the hottest on the airwaves? SaySo Radio, shutting down the hearsay. Who provided the hottest topics on the streets? Got the market talking about it from the DM to the V. Pass the matrix round the table like a hot potato. Step to the mic and don't let it go until you say so. You give the credit where it's due. WLVS, ha, nothing but the truth.
SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio, I say, with Andre.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to SaySo Radio with Andre Harris and friends. Today is a great day. We are the station that puts the real in reality while impacting the world and the youth, one listener at a time. This is the station that celebrates everybody that's doing everything that's making a difference everywhere. All right, you don't need no app to log in. Just go on to www.listenvisionlive.com. www.listenvisionlive.com. Now, we all know that today is World AIDS Day. It was yesterday, and I wanted to bring your attention to a couple things before we get into our show. And so even though we know that HIV and AIDS are really common terms, the myth and the confusion all still remain. So we got to understand that prevention and treatment are the best resources. Back in 1990, when people were diagnosed with HIV, it was almost like they were signing on to a death sentence, but things have changed nowadays. So we want to make sure that you understand 9 things. So I wrote it down, and I want to make sure that we all know. Number 1, 9 facts that we need to know about HIV and AIDS. 1 is that HIV is a virus, okay? It attacks the cells in your body, all right? AIDS is a medical diagnosis, so that's happens when the individual infection is either low count in the immune cells. So that's when AIDS kind of sort of takes effect. 3, known most commonly as chronic HIV. The second stage is the most critical for treatment. So please get your treatment. 4, transmission is most common amongst 2 specific activities. 1, sexual contact, and 2, needle exchange and syringe exchange. So a lot of times people think, oh, if I kiss somebody that has the virus, I'm going to get the virus. Not. Just know how you can get it. We have so much stigma, and we're doing so much what we call discriminating against people with the virus because of our ignorance and lack of knowledge. So knowledge is power, people. 5, again, casual contact. Social kissing, hugging, sharing toilets or plates will not transmit the virus. You can only get it most times through sexual contact or exchange of needles. Early treatment is really, really good. So if you get early treatment, you'll be all right. Despite improvements in treatment for HIV, there is still no cure. So right now we are asking those of you who are donating to different causes, also donate to finding cures for HIV. With advances in treatment and prevention, HIV and AIDS doesn't generate the headlines as it did a generation ago. So back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, you always hearing it. It's kind of sort of quiet now. People are learning to live healthy lifestyles with it. You guys know that one of my guests on here a couple weeks ago, I think it was in September, she came in town, Doreen Drake, who found out that she had the virus. And when I tell you she is living healthy and happy, she really is. just know your status. Stop being afraid to know your status. A lot of times we don't want to know whether we have anything, but know your status so that you can protect yourself. I lost family members. I lost a sister at the age of 30 to the virus, so I know how it is and how detrimental it is. And I remember her telling me that she had cancer because she did not want me to know that she had the virus. And so I just want you to know, just know your status. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then today we will be introducing our guests. We have a wonderful, wonderful organization here. When I tell y'all this place is packed today, we have a wonderful guest here, the G3 Baseball Academy. Let's give it up for them. So we're going to be able to interview the founder and the president, Marlon Christie, along with some of the players, some of the parents. And we have questions, and some of our guests even have questions, because when we were on our way over here, we was like, we wonder if so-and-so could benefit from this program. And so, we know a lot of people who need it, but there's not a lot of people who want it. But we want to be involved with people who want to make a difference and who wants their lives to be changed. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with G3 Baseball Academy Incorporation.
Shift the atmosphere. Nothing has changed, we just moved out of place. You're still the same, we must renew our faith. And we must get back to the point of believing. I may not see it, but I do believe. Feel it, but I still can say now unto him that is able to do exceedingly above all we can ask. I still believe. I can rely on you, Jesus. You've always come through. Never failed me, so I still believe. Yeah. Come on, let's check his track record. We serve a God that is proven him. Just look at Joseph. And the promise. Or let's even take a look right here. But the point is, and don't get discouraged. We simply come to remind you this: nothing has changed. We just moved out of place. Still the same. We must renew our faith. We must get back to the point of believing. Oh, if I have any believers out there, I dare you to sing this with us. I may not see it, but I do believe, and I may not feel it, but I still can say now unto him that is able to do exceedingly above all we can ask. I still believe. Declare it to the enemy. I still believe. And even speak it to your situation. Say, I just believe he wouldn't bring me this far just to leave me. So I have faith. It's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Here we go. Say, I still believe. I trust you with all my heart and lean not to my own understandings. Acknowledge you in all my ways, and that's why God sees me through. You know where I am. You know what I stand in need of, God. So I humbly come to you and I say this: I still believe. You're still healing. You're still saving. You're still delivering. I still believe. I have to believe. Oh, believe. Oh, I believe. I believe. I believe.
Welcome back, everybody, to SaySo Radio with Miss Andre Harris and friends. And we have a bunch of friends in here on today. Today, let me give you a station identification. Some of you are logging on and are not getting through. So my engineer is steadily working at making sure we get this thing going on, okay? In the meantime, we still are recording, so I will have it live and up and running. All right, so today we want to introduce a wonderful person who is doing a lot of work in the community. He has he's the CEO, president, and founder of G3 Baseball Academy. And I went on the website. Of course, I'm very, very nosy. I'm a troll when it comes to information, good information, that is. And I'm just at awe at the work that you are doing with the young men, the young leaders in the community. So first of all, we want to just talk to you a little bit about the program. So can you just tell us how it all began?
Well, quite simple. How it all began, you know how all of us, we want to do our own thing, and we still stuck in that state of, hey, the doing me state, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like that for a long time, and like God put the vision in me like probably 5 years before we started, and I kept running from it, and then finally I just said, you know what, yes, I'm just gonna do it. So we actually started like in 2016. We went ahead, put the nonprofit together, got everything incorporated, and then we started moving forward. And the funny thing about it, I used to coach with another program. And, we had 12 to 13 ball players. Wow. But you know how they say, just step out on faith and walk with it? Out of the 12, 13, like only 6 of my families came with me. Say, you know what? We don't know where you're going with it, but we know you and we going with you. And they stayed with us, and then we added on each year. We brought families in that had the same mindset, want more for their young sons. And, we want to push those young leaders to be great and exceptional in all they can be.
Good. So now I looked at your vision and your mission. Talk to me a little bit about the vision and the mission of the G3 Baseball Academy and how you are moving forward and trying to just keep that going. Because you just said 2016. That's not long, but looking at your website, it looks like you guys have been doing it for a long time because you've been impacting lives for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So tell me about your mission and your vision.
Okay, so our mission and vision, basically, we want to develop our young leaders holistically, right? So through academics, it's baseball, it's spiritual grounding, it's physical and mental toughness, right? And it's community outreach.
Stop right there. Now, I saw something say mental toughness. Now, I'm thinking about Southeast, Simple City, Lincoln Heights, all them places. When I hear the word mental toughness, I'm not thinking about in my mind. I'm thinking about look. Okay, because I grew up in Simple City, right? So it's like when somebody says, physical and mental toughness and physical, all these things, these are great words that we never grew up on. I mean, for me, toughness meant, okay, if you do something to me, remember I don't know about y'all, but we smack my mother off my shoulder. So my mother became a stick, right? And you smack her, it's on. So to transform the mindset of these young people, I mean, look at these leaders. The young man came in this morning, was so respectful, and I was like, my God. So tell me about how you do this holistic mental and physical, that mental toughness thing, how that work?
It's quite simple. Actually, if you're more focused on the whole person, the whole individual, do we want to win like everybody else? Yes, we do, but that's not the most important thing, right? The most important thing, like I always stress, is look, when you spend this much time with young people, you're an extension of the home. So as a coach, the onus is on you. You know what? You have access to their gateways. You need to utilize that in a positive way, be an extension at home, and then you're pouring into them. So the mental toughness part, we've had some of the guys since they were 9 years old. And that whole crying phase when we on the field and it goes bad and we lose and they want a ball, right? Yeah, okay, that was cool at 9 and 10. Now you becoming big boys now. Young leagues, look, you got to suck that up because baseball is like life. It's like life, right? So you're taught life lessons through baseball. Because you could fail 7 out of 10 times and you're still a good baseball player. You're batting 300. So it's teaching you, battling adversity, overcoming obstacles and challenges, working as one unit as a team, but as well, you have your responsibility. You're accountable as that individual part of that unit because the whole thing doesn't move unless we all pulling together. So mental toughness, I'll tell you what, we're going into our 3rd year. Last year, they showed us a lot. We went down to Virginia Beach, played in baseball youth majors, and pretty much, you know what, we didn't win the tournament. I think we finished 3rd, but you might as well say we took over the tournament because every time we played, everybody was coming to watch us because they're disciplined. They know where to be every time the ball goes.
Wow.
They know where to be. Hey, they're communicating. They're getting after it. It don't matter if we down 10 or up 5. We going to play to the last out. So it's all about that mental toughness.
So now, but I see right here on one of your evaluation rules, and help me out. If you make a great play, don't show excitement. Everybody want to be happy when they make a great play. What you mean?
Yeah, so it's
Make
simple.
routine plays forgettable. But why? Help me.
Because if you're playing in the construct of the team, right? We have great talent across the whole team, right? But it's not about the individual.
Okay.
It's not about the individual, right? So the thing about it is when we go play people, you know what? We train. We're prepared. So if we lose a game, it's not because we're not prepared. It's because we had a mental lapse, right? Because physical errors happen. We're fine with physical errors. You're a kid. You're growing up. Physical errors. But mental errors, we're not fine with that because we prepared. We're ready to play. By the time we go we're ready. We know what we want to do. We know the pitches we're rolling out. We know we're doing defensively, offensively.
Wow.
We know guys who not starting, be ready to come in. Because we already got it shaped up. What we coaching staff, we talk about it before they, I don't do that. It's not this dictatorship. I value my coaches, I send my lineup to my team coordinator the night before so everybody knows coach don't play daddy ball. It's not favoritism. It's based on what you did at practice, how you work. Now, if you lollygag getting out that car and coming to the game and I'm watching you from the dugout, I'll go to them and say, I'm scratching from the lineup.
Wow.
So they know I don't do favoritism. I sit my own son, too. On Mother's Day, I sat him before. He talked to me the whole way to the game. Oh, yeah, you're going to do great. Good to go. Guy did a lineup when everybody said, oh, Seth, you're not playing. Coach was serious. Yeah, I don't play that.
Wow. So how many coaches do you have working with you now?
We have 3. So it's 4 of us total. And we hopefully we'll grow it probably 2 more, maybe 3 more because the goal is, my coaches stress that a lot too, Kenny and Chris, you know what I mean? The great thing about them, Kenny has football and basketball background, Wilson baseball. Chris is a baseball and a big wrestling guy, so it's very different, the diverse, relationships and the conversation we can have pertaining to, hey, getting the most out of the young men. So basically going into this year, it's about stress practice. And what stress practice? Oh, we going to practice, but you going to condition while we practice. Get your mind ready. When your body say you can't, your mind say, no, keep going.
Wow. That's amazing. So tell us about your typical youth that comes into your program. What's the process for the typical young person?
To me, you know what? It's not even a typical young person because we believe in, come as you are. We taking you as you are, right? So if you look at the church, right, what Jesus say, look, come as you are. Mm-hmm. There's no judgment here. It's basically we want families here who, number one, want to be here, has bought into the process because you got to trust the process. I tell time, it's a message to my man. When we first started out, they thought I was crazy. He doing some stuff that don't make sense. But I said, hey, it's a message to the man is trust the process. Trust me, when it's all said and done, you're going to see the development out of your young leader. You're going to see you start getting the most. And no one gets there at the same time. And we're still working on it, right? So one guy could be blossoming right here. One guy may feel like he's right here. But I tell them all, don't evaluate yourself based on your teammate. Evaluate yourself based on what you're working towards. That we're focused on your development. Because when we develop each young leader, the whole becomes greater,
So do you have different age groups that play, or do they all play together as a one team, or do you may have a 9 to 13 and 13 8? How does that work?
Well, okay, so we tried, when we initially went out, because a lot of organizations, they're about, quantity over quality, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't believe in that. It's quality over quantity, right? So they're more focused with the numbers. So when we first, after the first year, like, okay, we're going to get this age group, that age group, that age group. And we tried it, right? Mm-hmm. And the kids came out, but it wasn't enough to make a solid team. Mm-hmm. So, we were like, when the time is right, we'll get those age groups. So, but these are our ambassadors, right? Mm-hmm. They've been here from the beginning, so we're going to ride them all the way to college. We're going to make sure they all get great college education, academic and baseball scholarship. And the thing is, this year, hopefully, we'll be able to get what we call an instructional group. So that instructional group would be like 3 to 7 year olds. Wow. And what we want to do with that, we want to teach the ambassadors, look, we're teaching you, right? So now we want to see if you get it, if you're retaining it. So now we're going to make you accountable. We're going to align some of these little young people with you, and each one of you going to be responsible for them, and their success is going to be tied to your success. So, yeah, so that's what we're working towards right now.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and come back, and I want to talk about some of the challenges that you be facing as a organization. We want to talk about your challenges. We want to talk to some of the parents, and then we want to talk to the players and coaches.
Yes.
All right?
Talk to everybody.
Talk to everybody.
Talk to everybody.
Okay? We'll be right back.
Keezy, baby. Keezy, baby. Don't forget the Ronnie. Don't forget the Ronnie. Gonna have a little bit of fun with this one. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to let go. You only live once. Hey, why you living stressful? Why you dealing with that shit? Shuffle the deck, but cut her to the left though. And if she don't do you right, then why she being kept for? If you lead us her loss, she should have been more careful. Wined you, dined you, even took the time to ask about your date. Be a bit more mindful. Don't settle for less, don't let love blind you. How you gonna see what's coming if you keep looking behind you? No more looking for love, just let love find you. Get your mind right and your heart gon' guide you. Cupid's arrow gon' strike when it's time to. I ain't spitting game, I ain't tryna make you mine, boo. I'm your friend first, I'm only tryna remind you that fighting every night ain't alright, it's a sign, boo. That shit is pitiful, even critical. Thank God you don't look like what you been through. Stay strong, move on, they gon' miss you. Even call and try to tell you how they miss you. Don't fall or get involved, that's how they get you. I'm trying to tell you what I already been through. Trying to save you your heart and your mental. You deserve a smile, have someone compliment you. Sweep you off if you get butterflies when they see you. A room full of and they still only see you. Make you feel so good, other bitches wanna be you. But you one in a million, the words of a leap. I can't ignore the way you feeling. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. She pushed you to your limit. Now that you're gone, she's saying you wrong. If she paid you any attention, you would still be in her arms. There's times when we be chillin' and your phone be going off. She be all up in her feelings, and I ain't the cause at all. So worried about the wrong things that she couldn't take care of. You deserve everything, loyalty and diamond rings. Somebody to treat you like a queen, show you off like fashion week. Good love until your knees weak, hold you down like you supposed to be. Stability and security. Tell me what it's gonna be. What's it gonna be? Tell me, girl, what's it gonna be? Ski mash, money, ride our wave, where you gonna sing? Keezy, baby. Keezy, baby. Don't forget the Ronnie. Don't forget the Ronnie. Gonna have a little bit of fun with this one. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to let go. You only live once. Hey, why you living stressful?
Welcome back, everybody, to SaySo Radio with Andre Harris. That song you heard was from young Kizzy Ronique. She actually just dropped her debut CD, and she won first place in the round of going to BET. So, and she's right here from DMV. She had her first interview right here with me. So let's give it up for her. Very young. Her brother was killed in a car accident, and so he found out that she could sing, and so now when he passed away, she's going on to sing, and I'm really, really, really happy for her. Back to Mr. Marlon Christie, president and founder of G3 Baseball Academy. We are so excited. Let me tell you something. We are excited about what's happening. I don't know if you're listening, if you're watching. Oh, I forgot to say a shout out to our people in Canada, Pakistan, and the UK. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for loving us and watching. We want to make sure you understand that you can also donate to this good organization. I'm going to put that plug in now at www.g3ba.net. www.g3ba.net. There we go. Please, please, please. And the donation button is right there. Pat out. Go ahead and send. You're sowing on good ground. A lot of times we donate to the people and donate to things. We don't even know what they're doing with the money. Believe that. Been there, done that. You don't know what the people are doing with the money, but when you know what ground is being sold on, you will be able to see the results, and I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. But we're going to go back to Mr. Christie and talk about some of the challenges that you face as an organization.
Okay, well, I think before we get there, just want to, give a shout out to, all my families, the coaches, the staff, the parents, because, we believe that there's no organization without them. You got to put the young leaders and the families first, and then the organization after. So just want to give a shout out to them. So I think we face the same challenges most organizations face, nonprofit, good standing nonprofits, which we are. We're a good standing we do what we're supposed to do so the IRS don't come look for us. So the main two is finances and our resources. We've been fortunate now. We have our own facility, access to our own facility, so we don't have to pay that fee anymore. We now have a place where we can work indoors, a home field we can call home, hang our banner, and we are firm believers, the coaching staff and I, every time we go traveling, we compete against the so-called top programs. We realize what the differentiator when we talk to most of them. Hey, they got facility access. We didn't have that. So we get our ball players, we'll make a field out of some grass and drop some bases down and put that work in. You know what I mean? But now we're lucky enough and fortunate to have that now. So now, hey, it's a game changer. Hey, they better be ready for us this year.
So tell our viewers and our listeners where the facility is located.
Okay, so we're fortunate we have a collaborative partnership with Nats Youth Academy in Washington, D.C., so that's where we'll be working. That's where we'll be training. We've already started training this fall there, so we're glad about that. We're happy about that relationship.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about some of your accomplishments that you've done so far.
Okay, well, accomplishments, number one, we're excited that we have young leaders and families who want to be here. Mm-hmm. We're excited that, they have now latched on to know that, the understanding that the classroom achievement is much as important as the achievements on the field. Is going to allow you to stay on the field.
And that's very impressive, because a lot of times people used to take and allow their gift to be the only thing that they can drive, that's the driving force. Mm-hmm. But what happens when you don't have knowledge coupled with that gift? So then it's not really worth anything. Exactly. And what happens when the gift runs out? So what do you have left to hold on to? So when you talk about that education piece, it's very, very important. And I'm really, really excited about that, to know that you want to know this organization is involved in their education. You want to know what they're doing, not only on the field, but off the field. What are you doing? How are you treating your family? How are you being a leader at home like you're a leader here? Are you living a double life? So, when I grew up, we had the rec center in Bennett Park over there, and people used to be able to say, you know, your daughter was doing this and your daughter was doing that, but we grew up into a society now where don't nobody want to know your business. You don't tell nobody your business, and everybody dying at the same. The kids growing up robbing banks, killing people because nobody wants to know their business. So with this organization, when you guys say they open the gateway, you open the gateway to their homes, their families, you get involved in their lives. What manifests from that? What happens once you really get into their lives? What happens?
Oh, what happens? You have young people who, you know, I firmly believe young people are the greatest judgment of character and people who are just, you know, bull jiving and stuff like that, right? So basically, you know, when you tell them you love them, number one, you got to show love, right? Mm-hmm. So they can see that, they can feel that, they know if you care, if you're going to show up when they need you to show up. Mm-hmm. You know, look, we bought in, we a family. We don't just say we about it. So if somebody having an issue, we there to assist with that issue. We don't just fall back and say, hey, you know what, oh, you can't play today? We don't care, okay? Like some programs do, right? We don't care if you can't play today. We're not concerned about you. No, we concerned. It's not about the W. It's about you winning in life.
Wow. So your community partnerships, we know that you're at the Nationals, right? You have that academy, and that's on Eli Place.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw Eli Place, and I remember when they put the ice skating rink down there, and then on the right-hand side, we used to knock on people's doors and run when we were little. Yeah, we used to knock on people's doors and run. Anybody ever used to do that? Okay, yeah, we used to, y'all straight old school. We used to knock on people's doors and run, and then all those apartments down there, we learned how to be gainfully employed at a young age because we used to knock on people's doors and say, you want me to take your trash out? Them quarters add up because you could buy penny candies back then. So, you know, but when I saw Eli Place, I'm like, wow, they really are trying to build up over there because Our Lady Queen of Peace was always at the corner, and then everything else is down the road there. And so the academy, you have a fall schedule, you have a winter schedule coming up, right?
Yeah.
So how many people are you enrolling for the winter schedule? How does that work?
Well, as far as our 13U goes, we're pretty much like where we want to be. We might add one or two more individuals because we as far as the core group, we have a core group. We saw from last season, hey, where we need to take them to the next level, what we need to be working on with them, each individual. So we're not worried about that as a whole. We probably bring in a couple more guys, which we have brought in some already, you know, to add to, just to make us, you know, go out there and really show out. But as far as the young instructional group, hey, we're looking for people, hey, knock the doors, come on in, because we're not looking for them to play games. We're looking for them to train, get introduced to the game, love the game, start learning the fundamental. Just like the Japanese, you know, they're not the best, but they're most fundamentally sound, right?
Oh, yes.
So we get that aspect first, and then let your talent take over after that. So also with the agreement with NASA Academy is that they want me to aid in training the kids they have coming through the academy as well. So you know,
it's like a collaborative
partnership, barter system. You know, we got to get back to that. You know, it's not always about the dollars. It's like,
so
hey,
they have people coming in that you actually are able to do what they want you to do with this program. Yeah. You're able to implement your strategic plans and processes to what they're doing. Correct?
Yeah. So they even have a team, a gentleman. He runs Mammy Johnson Little League.
Okay.
So we have a collaborative partner. We've been talking about putting something together for couple years before it came to fruition.
Wow.
They were at the NASA Academy. I met the director of the NASA Academy before they even broke ground on it. But you know how they say it's not always the right season for it. So when I think my son played with them, with the Mammy Johnson team for the Little League deal, and they almost got to the World. They lost by, you know, one run. So he saw my son. He said, "That's your son?" I said, "Yeah." So he's like, okay, let's talk about this. Now, sometimes people have to see it. Yeah. I understand it. You know, you can get frustrated with the product, but it's a process, right? So you can tell everybody, but sometimes, you know what, people want to see it. You know what I mean? The Missouri State, and that's fine. That's fine with it. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you see it, you're going to see we have great young people. And you know what? Our great young people add value to any situation. That's what we love.
Wow. So what motivates you? What keeps you going? Okay, you tired, I don't want to do this, but you know I got to. What motivates you? What gives you that I got to keep going?
Well, you look at them. They motivate me every day, right? I get tired, I get frustrated, you know what? But you have to know you in it for the long haul with them, right? You're going to go through the disappointments. You're going to celebrate the accomplishments with them. Because, you know, I was a product inner city myself. You know, I was born in Jamaica. I grew up in New York City. You know, I played baseball with predominantly Dominicans, you know what I mean? So, and I was the captain of those teams. And so I know what it is, you know, coming out the inner city. It took a coach to invest his time in me. Said, you know what? I see you about to shipwreck yourself out here. Let me see this raw talent you have. I'm going to put that to use. I'm going to get you out of here so you can realize some success in your future. So that's what motivates me, always trying to help and assist in paving their road to their future. You know what I mean? So every time we get up, we look at it. Hey, you look at each one of them and say, you know what? Keep pushing.
So we have some coaches here today, right?
Yes.
Coaches, where y'all at? All right, so I'm going to take the mic over to see the coaches. Is that all right? Can we do that, Jay?
Always.
All right. Okay, so we're here with two of the coaches from G3 Baseball Academy who have been waiting patiently. We just spoke with the CEO and founder, Marlon Christie. I'm going to ask each of you to introduce yourselves to our viewers and our listeners.
Hello, my name is Chris Owens, coach for G3.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Gaskins, Coach Reed.
Okay, so now which one of you got the wrestling background?
That was me.
That's, you know, I used to wrestle. Everybody know I like to laugh. Okay. So having that wrestling background and then coming into baseball and trying to incorporate it, how does that work? How did that work for you?
Actually, it fits really well, and the reason why is because a lot of times in baseball, even though you're a team, you have to do your individual part to make sure the team is successful. So it's the same thing with wrestling. When you go on the mat, even though you've been trained, you've had all this other stuff, it's you, the referee, and that other guy, and you have to handle your business in order for everything to come to where it's supposed to. And when you really look at it, like when you do wrestling, you have a team, and each one of those matches puts points towards the team, whether you win or lose, and it's how you win or lose. So that's, goes back to what Coach Marlon was saying, that it's really not so much about whether you win or lose, but it's how you win or lose. Did you give it everything you had? Did you do everything you possibly could to make sure the outcome was what, we as a team would want it to be?
So when you coach the guys at G3 Academy, what are some of the things that you actually instill in them from your personal life? What do you instill in them to have them to hold on to?
Well, first and foremost, it's education, because like my grandmother used to say, learn before you grow old, for learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will tarnish away, but a thorough education will never decay. So we really want to just make sure that they understand, because it's a really competitive world out there, not just baseball, but just in general. And you have to do something to elevate yourself above everybody else so that you can be, can be noticed and, hopefully be able to do something positive.
Great. So the average kid that, we know there's no such thing as a troubled kid and all that kind of stuff. At least that's what they say. Mm-hmm. But for you guys, you had to see all kinds, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me an instance for you, and I'm going to ask you the same question. An instance for you where it really broke your heart because you could see the potential, but that youth could not see their own potential.
I don't know that I can say I have that, because I think between all of us, sometimes good cop, bad cop, whatever it takes, but we want the kids to know that we care about them. And sometimes, coach may be hard on them, and then I'll come by and say, hey, don't worry about him.
He cut him, you put the Band-Aid on.
There you go. Or sometimes, I flip that blade out and I'll cut him, and he'll come in and he'll come do it, or him. Because at the end of the day, I really can't say I've ever with this program had that happen, because even if they came in, being a knucklehead a little bit, we kind of just, not only just the coaches, but the players kind of put their arm around them and bring them in, because like I said, so many of our young kids are getting lost to things that they don't need to be. And we just want to let them know, just through being a positive role model, seeing them, oh, well, look, coach is doing well, coach has this going on, coach has that going on. And it's just like trying to give them something also to strive for. Because like I said, we all come from humble backgrounds, you know. So just, you know, just trying to show them that there's something that can be done and there's something better. You just got to want it. And no one's going to hand it to you at all.
And that's what makes the program so unique. You know, a lot of times they say, well, they got baseball camps all over the place, but what makes your program unique are the services that you render that cannot be written down on a piece of paper. You know, like putting your arms around them, letting them know that, you know what, you do matter here. You are important here. And so many people and programs, 3 strikes, you're out. You can't come up in here with that. Your report card look bad, you're out. In your case, you say, well, you're not going to be in the lineup, and let's do some thought processes. What's going on here? People don't do that. In fact, most people that are receiving grant monies, it's all about the numbers. So it's about the numbers, and if, you know, we get rid of you, we'll get somebody else. And so that's what makes this program really, really unique. Now, your background is what? Basketball? Football. Yeah, I was a linebacker too. But you know how many things. So tell me how you incorporate that into the baseball scene.
Well, my background, football, I coach Pitbull, which is like 5'6", and I went 6'8", 7'9", 8'10". But for me, like Chris and Marlon are more like the disciplinary type people. So because I coach younger kids, I kind of know how to, I'm lenient. I be like, nah, don't be too hard on them. Give them a break. But, you know,
I bet you they love hanging around you, don't they?
Yeah.
We going over here.
But see, I'm more disciplined as far as you got to do your calisthenics. They'll tell you, I tell them to run like constantly. They don't like it, but it's something that they really have to do so they can stay in shape, keep their flexibility, all that type of stuff. So I'm like the lenient one. So I'm coming up to where I be hard on them sometimes. But
they ain't gonna laugh. Y'all already know that, right? Because they tell me all the time, girl, you be doing a lot of barking. Soon they say, sit. You be like, okay. But it's all, you know, it just shows that the diversity and also how each and every one of you as coaches complement one another. Everybody has their unique talent that they bring into the table that makes the dream work. It just makes it work. Now, you know, they got that saying, teamwork make the dream work. But this is true with the G3 Baseball Academy. I'm seeing it for myself. And to be on the website is one thing because I got it some months ago, but to see it actually in person, looking at the children, because, you know, pictures can say a lot of things, but sometimes you really have to see it for yourself. And I really applaud each and every one of you for the works that you're doing. Now, as a group of coaches, there's a mother who has a little kid who is just off the chain. And you already got your core groups and all of that kind of stuff, but they're listening and watching and saying, well, you know what? I believe in what they're doing. Did you see all them little kids over there, Sally? Sally smoking her cigarette. Yeah, girl, I see them. But you know, right here, go do right, girl. But they believe because they're watching. There's a lot of people always watching us. What would you say to that mother who don't know what to do with her son, but she sees these kids? These are actually a power of attraction to her. And you're on Eli Place? They be doing over there in Southeast? What would you say to that mother? What would you say to her if she say, could you just take one more? Could you take 2 more? They could just sit in the dugout all day and learn, but could you take them?
Well, I could take them because, like I said, I'm starting to be the kind of disciplinary. So what happens is when you bring the child in and he sees the process, he starts working. He may not get on the field, but if he works hard, he can get on the field. And once he sees that it's a possibility that he can get on based on what he's doing at home, and knowing that the mother can come to us and let us know, hey, Johnny's having problems in school, can you talk to him? Because this happened to me in football, a couple of kids. What we do, we sit them down, we talk to them. We may make them run. You know, if they do something bad in school, they're going to run the whole practice.
Torture.
But it teaches discipline, you know. So if they run the whole practice, the next time they're gonna be like, okay, I'm not running the whole. When I get in school, the teacher tell me to do something, they're gonna remember I ran the whole practice. So when they come back, they're gonna be like, the mother gonna come to us like, what did y'all say to my son? Or daughter, whoever, whoever comes in, and it just helps them.
The way I look at it, it's almost like kids are like a seed, you know what I mean? And especially when, have a little trouble, like I like to say, being a knucklehead. But the thing is, in order to get that seed to grow, you got to get through that shell. And sometimes it takes being weather beaten. Sometimes it takes being, have rain fall on it. But eventually that sprout comes out. And when that sprout comes out is then when we start seeing, that they start seeing in themselves that they have the ability to do what is being asked. And, military, martial arts, anything, it's all the same. You kind of got to wear them down, and that running may help because, I'm too tired to give you attitude right now. So I'm just going to listen to what you say. And, like my pastor used to say to me, let the kids come to the adult service, and even if they sleep, it's still seeping in. So sometimes, kids crave discipline because just like us, when we get a new job or something, you don't want to go there and mess up. So you really want to listen to what's being taught so that you can do and perform, because everyone feels good when they are being successful, and not wins or losses. It's just, hey, coach, we may have lost today, but did you see that play I made? We worked on that all week, and it happened, and I did it. So, it's just it's a blessing. And like I said, one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't say before is, God is also a very big part of the whole situation. Oh, yeah. We pray before we get in the games, and we do all that because, when you have a relationship with God, that's even better than we can even do for them, because who cares for you more than God does? So right. It's a beautiful thing, and I just like to see them. And like I said, we've had them since, some of them since little kids.
Well, some of them gonna have to move over because people watching, they're gonna be calling and asking questions. I'm sending them straight to y'all. I'm trying to tell you something. Because y'all want me to start my own baseball camp. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. We're gonna be rallying outside out there on Eli Place. They be like, that's that crazy lady. I know that's her. Let them kids up in here. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break and come back. We have 10 more minutes, and I want to talk to some of the youth. Is that all right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get on camera and on TV? All right. All right, we'll take a break.
Comes to shift the atmosphere. Nothing has changed, we just moved out of place. It's still the same, we must renew our faith. And we must get back to the point of believing. I may not see it, but I do believe. I may not feel it, but I
still can say now unto him that is able to do exceedingly above all we can ask. I still believe. I still believe. I can rely on you, Jesus. You've always come through. You've never failed me. So I still believe. Yeah. Come on, let's check his track record. We serve a God that is proven him. Just look at Joseph. And the promise. Or let's even take a look right here. Look at Esther and the favor of but the point is, don't give in and don't get discouraged. We simply come to remind you this: nothing has changed, we just moved out of place. Still the same, we must renew our faith. We must get back to the point of believing. Oh, if I have any believers out there, I dare you to sing this with us. I may not see it, but I do believe. And I may not feel it, but I still can say now I'm
Okay. Am I on? Welcome back, everybody. There I go. My friends came in, maybe on. No, welcome back, everybody. We're here with G3 Baseball Academy in Washington, D.C., and we have some of the players here today. Woo! So I want each and every one of you to introduce yourselves and tell us how old you are.
I'm Raheem Mack. I'm 11.
I'm Derek Gross. I'm 13.
I'm Elijah Henry. I'm 12.
I'm Rashawn Mack. I'm 12.
I'm Kenneth Gaskins, and I'm 12.
Y'all got mics.
My name is Steph Christie, and I'm 12.
My name is Chris Owens Jr., and I'm 13.
All right, so these are some of the players from G3 Baseball Academy. Now, tell me the toughest day, any of you, the toughest day that you have with the team. Which one do you want to tell me?
Okay, one time we were playing one of our rivals in the league, and we were up by 1, and it was the last play of the game, and the ball was hit to me, and I got so nervous that I completely had a bad throw, and then they scored 2 once and won the game.
Well, how did it make you feel?
I felt disappointed, and I thought that I made everyone else disappointed. And I was little, so I thought everybody else was mad at me.
Wow.
But then my mom explained that it was okay and that everybody's over it.
Wow. Now that's good teamwork, isn't it? Mom said, babe, it's all right, boo. It's good. All right. The toughest day, the toughest time that you had. Anybody else? Somebody gonna tell me the best time that you had on the team. Seven, you got the mic. Talk to me. Give me a.
Okay, the best. I guess I can say it was when we were against one of our rivals, beginning of the game. I think it was the first inning, and one of their power hitters hit a shot to center, and I was in center field, and real close to the gate, and I made a diving catch. Yeah.
Diving catch. Probably good like me though, right? I know. So you all agree that being a part of G3 Baseball Academy is a good decision that your parents made and you all made to be a part of? You see yourselves going on a scholarship and going on to college with this?
Yes.
You really do? And your grades are even good?
Yes.
Teachers give good reports?
Yes.
Yeah, because if you don't get good reports, what's going to happen? What y'all coach going to do?
He gonna make us run.
Run?
Make us run.
Make y'all run?
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all don't like that, do y'all? Okay. So would you, what would you say to somebody, anybody, say to somebody that's watching, because we had 3 more minutes, and you want them to help support your team, help support your baseball academy. Anybody have a message for the viewers? Anybody have a message for the viewers?
My message is to keep working hard, and if you really want it, you have to work hard at it, because otherwise you're going to have someone out in a completely different country, and they're going to come and take your spot on the team. Or if you're trying for the major leagues, they're going to have millions of people trying out, and you might not be lucky enough if you don't work hard.
Wow. Let's give him a hand. Let's bring y'all coaches on back. Where coaches at? Come on, coaches, get up on the stage roundabout, because I know they want a picture. We got 2 more minutes, before we end our show and our other Aqua Jams. Right? Y'all know I always be messing it up. Y'all should just say, you got that, Andre. You got it this time. Coach, I just want you to give us some final words to our viewers. First of all, we want to thank you all for showing up today and blessing our studio with your presence, and just our listeners and our viewers. And we want you to give our people some final words of encouragement today before we all leave.
All right.
All the coaches.
Well,
Just a final word of encouragement.
I would just like to say, always work as hard as you can, never give up. Keep pushing, because even though you got that adversity, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep making it through that tunnel to get to the light. And when you were asking earlier about what they can do to help, we have a really heavy travel schedule because we want to take these boys to be able to see the best of the best in the country. So, any donations or anything that come our way, dollar for dollar, it all goes to the kids. We don't take one penny to coach, one penny to do anything. And if anything, it costs us because we'll go pick somebody up if they need it. But that's not the point. The point is just, anything that you could do to help, we would greatly appreciate.
All right, time's up. Go ahead, Coach.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, bringing us through for us to promote our program. We firmly believe it's all about exposure. The more exposure they can get, the closer they get to being a success in life. Yes, like Coach Chris said, hey, look, please donate. We need it. Hey, we put our own money and we invest in our own children here. So, hey, we appreciate it if you can. Yeah, word to leave you with, never give up on any young child. Love them. Give them all the love you can. Show them support. Push them. They're going to fail. They're going to struggle. They're going to disappoint you at times. But they need you in their corner. You got to, you got to help them be all they can be. Get them to the better you. It's all about helping them get to the better you. So we're about creating legacies over here. Each one will create their own legacy. They'll touch somebody, and they'll have their brotherhood here to have their own network no matter what they aspire to do in life. So that's what we're about. So I implore everyone who touch the young people's lives, do what you do with the young people that you can reach, because we can't reach everybody. We're reaching the ones we can, and we're going to do our best to do the best with what we can with what we do.
Thank you. That concludes our show. Until next time, keep living, keep giving, but most of all, keep loving. Next, we're going to get ready for Aqua Gemini. Did I do it right this time? All right.